Hello everyone. So I'll be doing some outdoor work today. Um, just quick look at the mini pond I have here. Uh, it's doing well. The meduck are fine. I threw two ranchia goldfish in there just for the heck of it. Um, I have a solar panel here that's powering an air pump in this container, and it's aerating the water pretty well. I don't know if it's helping with the mosquitoes, but we'll see. Well, yeah, a whole bunch of them just flew out. um, yeah, there's still a ton of mosquitoes in here, but I actually don't see many babies squiggling around, which is a good thing. Water's looking kind of cloudy. I don't know if that's like green water forming or it's because of all the tannins from all the little tiny pine cones in here. It's been windy and rainy for the past few days, so a lot of debris flew off of trees and landed in here and in the larger pond, which I'll be going to in a moment. But looks like there's still some little mosquito larvae, but you can see the meduck are in there. The water's cloudy again, so they're not super visible. And I don't know if you can see the two goldfish that are also in there. Let's see if there's any eggs. I haven't checked this in a couple weeks. Well, good thing is there's like no worms on it like last time. There's a bit of green on it, so algae's growing. But as far as eggs, I don't really see any in the frog bit. No, it's fine because I actually collected a whole bunch of Medaka eggs yesterday from the 17-gallon. Yeah, I'll leave them alone for a bit. They've been doing well. I actually haven't been feeding them because I wanted them to get that mosquito population down, and I guess that mostly worked. Maybe I'll sprinkle some food in like once or twice a week or something just to keep them fed, but looks like they are eradicating those mosquitoes, which is good. I like the idea of cultivating them for food to feed my other tanks, but I don't like having so many mosquitoes just flying around. Yeah, so let's go check out the big pond. Alright, so this is the first sunny day in a few days, so I'm gonna use this opportunity to take care of the pond. You can see it's covered in a lot of debris. There's a net covering it to protect it from raccoons, and it's sunk in quite a bit. Oh cool, the lilies are coming back. There was a bunch of water hyacinth in here, and I thought they would overwinter well, but looks like they're all dead. They haven't bounced back, which is a shame. I see a lot of hair algae over there, so I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Looks like there's a lot of hornwort. That hornwort's really flourished. Yeah, lots of hair algae, lots of little pine cones. I'm gonna be, oh look, Medaka. Alright. Oops, I don't know if they're still there, but nice to see that the fish are alive and well in here. I did not take them out for the winter, so that's good. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna clean the pump, which is behind the tree and rocks here. And after I clean that pump out, sorry, not the pump, the filter. There's a whole filter. Actually, let me go around to the back so you can see the filter. So this is the filter over here. I haven't cleaned it since I installed it almost 2 years ago. No, I guess it would be about a year ago. Uh, yeah, I'm bad at tracking time, but so it's a Vivo home, Vivo Sun. So it's yeah, it's a pressurized canister filter. It's a pond filter. It's rated for, I'd say, I think 800 gallons, and there's a pump in the pond that's pushing water into here, and it comes back out through this bamboo pipe over here. But in order to clean it, what I would have to do is take this hose out that's going into the bamboo pipe and put it away to the side over here. And as it's pumping out the water, I turn this crank over here, and what that does is it'll mash up the sponges and all the filter media inside the canister filter, massage out all the mulm and debris in there, and clean it. So I don't have to open this thing to clean it. I just let the water run through it and move this crank, turn this crank, and it's pretty convenient. So I don't have to open this and take out all the sponges and rinse them all off individually. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing that first. Then I'll take the net off, get rid of all the debris that's floating in the pond, and try to get rid of as much of the hair algae and whatever else is in here that's causes unsightliness to the pond. I pulled the hose out of the bamboo fountain, and in hindsight I probably should have made this hose a lot longer, because it's not that long. It's like maybe 3 feet. But the pump's already unplugged. Right now the only thing causing water movement is an aerator. But I'm gonna open this box here to plug in the pump, and get that water flowing. Ooh, I have not opened this in well over a year. Let's see what's in here. Not over a year. Probably since December, when I stopped the pump running. You got the huge pond aerator in there. It's an air pump. Let's see. I might have to put the phone down for this. Alright, we got water flow. Alright, so it's going to be slowly draining the pond. At the same time, I am going to be turning this crank to get... Oops, actually, before I do that, yeah, I have to see here, there's two options. There's filter and clean. So I have to switch it to clean, so that will activate the crank. And so just turning the crank a bit. I don't know if you can see if the water's any dirtier. Probably not. But turning this crank a few times, what it does is it mushes the filter media, the sponges. I think there's bio balls in here as well, and it's removing all the excess mulm and dirt that have collected inside it. So yeah, just do that a few times. I don't know how long I should be doing it for. The water looks actually pretty clear, so probably not long. I mean, it's a pretty low bio load in here right now because all I have are Medaka. I'm wondering about throwing maybe a couple of the Ranchu, baby Ranchus that I have, throw them into the pond as well. I don't know if they'll overwinter well, but I don't know if you can see, but I can see Medaka from here. Anyway, I think that's enough. Yeah, so I'm going to turn it back to filter, and I already closed the box with all the electrical equipment, so I'm just going to go to the main power source here and unplug it. And that'll stop the water flow. And I'm going to put the phone down for a moment while I get it back in the bamboo tubing. Alright, I got the bamboo tubing back in there. Oops. I guess I should probably plug it back in as well. Alright, that's back in. And this is the first time that the water flow like that is going in here. It's the first time this water is being filtered in 6 months. So I think what I'm going to do is first I'm going to try to scoop up as much of the debris that's in here before I remove the net. So yeah. It's probably going to be windy again later, so this is almost pointless, but I'm going to try and get rid of as much of the mess as I can first. Oh yeah, look at that hair algae. Wow. That's crazy. Yikes. This pond is in bad need of maintenance. I wonder if there are any frogs in here. Oh yeah. Wow. That's a lot of hair algae. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm doing this first before removing the net, otherwise all that hair algae will be just caught in the net when I fold it over. Whew. Got some duckweed in here too. All right. Wow. I think I got most of the hair algae out, so I'm going to put the phone down again just so it's easier for me to remove the netting. Alright, so got the net as out of the way as far back as I can. Had to tear up some, unfortunately, lily leaves because they had grown through the net, but looks like there's a bunch that are already growing down here anyway, so I'm not too burnt out by that. I have my work cut out for me. I used my trusty grabber to try to remove some of the... Oh, look. That's so much hair algae. Oh my goodness. I have my work cut out for me. There's a lot of hornwort trapped in this algae too. I guess I'm not too worried about that. They grow back fast, but yeah, it's crazy. In hindsight, I probably should have also removed all the dead water hyacinth. Oh, it's heavy. I had a bunch of snail traps in here. That's what the... Is that a rubber band? What is that? Some kind of... it's a rubber band. That's what all these floating gray things are. They're attached to snail traps. When I was harvesting snails right out of the pond, that's what all this is. And looks like I got them all in one go. I'm going to go back to harvesting snails out of the pond again after I get it all cleaned up. But yeah, for my snail shop, during the winter I had, as you saw, the plastic bin indoors where I was just cultivating snails there. Oh, this is a lot. It's a lot of forbidden spaghetti. I'm sure there are eggs in all of this too, but again, I'm not too worried about that because the Medaka will always make more. Alright, I'm not going to bore you with all of this, so I'm going to cut the camera for now, get rid of as much as I can, and see you in a moment. Alright, so I pulled out a ton of debris. You can see a whole bunch. Like, this is the biggest pile here. Look at that. I do hope no fish are trapped in all of this. I pray that there are no fish trapped in any of this. I might pull out some of the hornwort, the surviving hornwort, get it all cleaned up, and throw it back in the pond. But for now, I'm going to let the water settle for a bit because there's just dirt and mulm tossed up, so the water's gotten so cloudy that I can't see anything. So I'm going to give a few moments to clear up, see and assess how much more I have to do. So see you in a moment. While I'm taking a break from the pond, I'm going to show you the 2 incubators I have set up here today. I set them up yesterday. Well, this one was set up on Monday. I've got some rice fish eggs in here. You can see all that. Collected them from the emikin, which is these guys over here, which unfortunately all the emikin that hatched from the eggs that I got from Japan, they all turned out to be male. So I had to throw in some other rice fish in here, female rice fish, just to get some eggs going. And so the emikin in here are not going to be pure emikin, but what I'm going to do is try to breed them back, any of the females that come out looking as close as possible to emikin, breed them back with the fathers here, just to get a more pure emikin line going. In here I just wrote 17 gallon because in here is a bunch of miscellaneous rice fish eggs of various different kinds. You got the Rio Goko, I think there's some Goshiki in here. Got those in. I think there are some of these eggs are also pygmy corridors eggs. So they're incubating together. They're going to be growing up together because I just didn't want to put in the effort of trying to figure out which ones were corridors eggs and which ones were Medaka rice fish eggs. So I just threw them all together in the same container, and so it's labeled as the 17 gallon. And I'm getting some more eggs today. I ordered some more rice fish eggs of a variety pack of different kinds. It's coming in the mail today, so I'm going to be setting up a third incubation container in here at some point later today. Scud City doing well down here, but yeah, so let's get back to the pond. So it's still looking pretty dark and murky in here. I did see a few more of the Medaka rice fish come out. They're all hiding now because they saw me coming, but yeah, the water's very, very black. I don't know if it's like all the tannins and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, the water's kind of yellow. It's not like super brown, so it's not that bad, but I don't know if I should do a water change or anything on this. Maybe I will, just to lower the water level so I can see the bottom a bit more. So yeah, that's not gonna hurt the fish much because they're really small and Medaka are pretty resilient. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get a water change going. Oh, there's a snail there. I'm gonna rescue that snail. This is one of the Japanese Japanese trapdoor snails that I have in here. Let me put you back in there, little guy. There you go. Yeah, so that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of catching any animals in here. Looks like those are rocks, but yeah. So I'm gonna drain some of the water out of here, and from there see what's at the bottom. My fish room assistant here has been keeping an eye on me, supervising me, making sure that I'm safe and not getting into any trouble as I'm working on the pond. Yeah, he's a pretty good fish room assistant. It's pretty useful. I recommend hiring one. Alright, so the pond's about a third drained. You can see fish over there. It's still pretty dark, and probably because there's just a tree overhanging this pond, so it actually doesn't get a lot of sun at this time of day, but at least I can see on the higher parts of the pond that there's still a lot of leaves I gotta take care of. I'm gonna let it drain just a bit more so I can at least see some of the bottom, but I'm gonna take care of all the gunk on the higher ledges over here, and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, I'm gonna let the water settle a bit more again because I stirred up a bunch of dirt, and let it drain just a bit more. I think I'm gonna at least drain it to below this line over here. There's a ledge over here that's not as deep as down here, so I'm gonna at least let it drain to below that, and let the water settle again and see what remaining things I can do to scoop up before I refill this thing. Alright, I walked away for a bit, had some lunch, and now we're back. I can kind of see the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a huge ceramic log down there. I think I'm gonna grab some gloves. I already have glove on this hand because I have a deep paper cut on this hand and I didn't want to get it wet, but I'm gonna grab some elbow length gloves so that I can reach deep down in here with my hand. I don't think the grabber is gonna do much. Alright, got my glove. It's actually a full arm's length. It goes all the way up to my armpit, but this should suffice, and so I'm gonna get to digging up some of the deeper mess down here. It's telling me to be careful. I will. I'll be careful, don't worry. Alright, so let's see what we can get here. Ugh. I don't want to fall in. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording so I can do this with both hands. So I've decided to drain it down a bit more, and now I can see more of the muck and mess that I have to deal with. Oh, it's gross. Oh, look, one of the Medacas in here. I don't remember the names of these things, so it's... Yeah, I'm gonna keep draining it until I can kind of see the bottom. And then from there, dig up as much of the muck as I can. Yeah, just do what I can. Try to get rid of as much of the dirt in here as well. Just so that I can have a nice clean bottom that I can see later. You can see more trapdoor snails down here. Here's one. They're big. I guess they've been making babies. There's another one. And another one. And I'm sure there's lots more trapped in all the hair algae I just pulled out. I'm gonna go through all those piles later and try to rescue as many snails as I can. Hopefully no fish though. I'd feel really bad if there was just a fish stuck in all that. Alright, I got it drained down to about a few inches, maybe 3 or 4 inches. You can see the bottom now. You can see the ceramic log that's in here. Don't know if you can see it, but there's rice fish just swimming in and out of all the gunk in here, and I'm going to try to avoid them while digging all that up. So I'm going to get my long gloves back on and use both hands, so I'm not going to be filming that part, and when I see you again, hopefully everything will be much cleaner. So I tried to get it as clean as possible, but it's still murky at the bottom. Sorry, my shadow's in the way. Sun's setting right now. I'm refilling it right now. There's only so much I can do. I'm hoping the filter takes care of the rest of the brown. I scooped out as many leaves as possible. There's just piles of leaves everywhere, and I'm going to dig through them in a moment to free up any snails that are trapped in them. While waiting for the... Excuse you, I'm recording. Where was I? Yeah, so while waiting for the water to calm down so I could take one last look at the bottom, I went ahead and grabbed a few baby ranchus from the 100-gallon. I just grabbed some of the uglier looking ones, the ones with weird fins. There's one, I think the black one there has like 1.5 tail. So like instead of a double tail or a single tail, it's like got 1.5 tail. Yeah, so some of them were deformed looking ones that I won't feel as bad parting with. I'm gonna add them to the pond after the pond's been cycled for a bit and the water's a bit more clear, but I've got them out here for now just so they could get used to the outdoor temperature. Putting this thing on top of here so that any animals that come by can't easily get at them. Yeah. The lesson here is take care of your pond. Don't wait until it's almost summer to do pond maintenance. Do it in the springtime. Do it the moment it stops snowing, or when the temperature gets above 50. Go to your pond and do some maintenance on it and get it ready for the spring. I'll show what the pond looks like after it's done being filled and the water's cleared a bit. Alright, the pond's almost full. It's looking a little clearer. I went through all the hair algae and debris, didn't find any more snails that needed rescuing, so that's good. I did find an empty snail shell and the trap door for it, which is pretty cool. Looks like the snail died a long time ago, so I'm gonna keep this because it's almost in perfect condition. I'm just gonna get it cleaned up and keep it. And it's a pond, but it's also being filled with tap water, so I still need to dechlorinate the water, condition it. So I've got some Ultimate Pond Solutions Ultimate, so it's about 1 ounce per 60 gallons, so I'm gonna do 2 ounces of that. Or should I do 3? 60, 2.5. 2.5 is 150, so yeah. Let's do 2.5 of that. This stuff is so good. See, there's 1. 2.5. Is it half? Yeah, it's half. There you go. Look like vodka shots. Alright, so pond water is conditioned. Water's still looking cloudy, so I'm gonna, after it's done filling up, I'm still gonna leave it be for a bit. Gonna let the filter run for a bit, just to get it a bit more clear before I add the goldfish. Oh yeah, I also need to get rid of all the additional surface debris that's accumulated again. I almost wonder if I should bother, because it's gonna get windy later today and tomorrow, so we'll see. Alright, it's almost done. I tried to get as much of this floating debris as I could. It's never ending, so I just have to accept that and just try to clean up as much of it regularly. I'm gonna let the water clear for a bit. I have the goldfish sitting here getting acclimated to the water temperature. And then I'm gonna, once the water looks clear enough to me, I'm gonna release them into here and see how they fare. Alright, so it's been a couple hours or so. Sun's gone now. Water still looks a bit a little cloudy, but at least it's not murky like it was before, so yeah, I guess it'll clear up even more over the next few days. Medaka. So I've had the goldfish just sitting here in a little container. I had it covered with a net to prevent birds from pecking at them. But so it's been a while. They're acclimated to the temperatures. Time to release them into the pond and see how they do. You're free. Come on, little guys. You're free. Come on. So all of you? All of you. Alright. Still can't see them very well because of the glare. Man. But yeah, so I'm gonna check on things over the next few days, make sure everyone's doing alright. If the Medaka are here and they're doing fine, goldfish should be fine too. Hope they enjoy their vast new home. Last thing to do is to get this net back on, because raccoons are the bane of this pond. If you've seen one of my older videos where it's night vision footage of raccoons, just 4 minutes of raccoon footage, just them decimating this pond. Just look back in my older videos for that. It's from about a year ago in July, I think. That's when it happened. But other than that, if you've come this far, still watching the video, bless you. You're amazing. If you like this video and also subscribe to my channel, you're amazing too. And that's all for now, and I'll see you next week. Take care.